Look, we're going to move on to the next topic. We understand that MLK.
We didn't even talk about Malcolm X.
I know, because y'all talking about MLK the whole time.
I told Shati bring up Malcolm X.
I support them both. So.
I love Malcolm X. Malcolm X always made me want an AK.
47?
Yeah, out the window. You know the infamous picture. Come on.
So, HBCUs versus...
That's not versus.
And
sorry, I was right.
Predominantly white institutions and their experiences. What school did you go? Did you go to college?
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
I went to UNLV for my first year, and then I graduated from American Intercontinental University, where I did virtual classes, one at a time, very intense classes, because my ADHD could not handle like multiple classes.
18 credits a semester.
And then I tested out of certain classes. I just read the biology textbook and then tested out of biology.
Nice. I should have did
you weren't
that.
going to school for biology.
No.
What was your major?
Initially, it was theater, but I switched it to business marketing.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Nice.
So I did not attend an HBCU. I wish that I had.
The only person on this couch that attended one was
yes, I also attended a PWI, the University of Nevada. I also attended a PWI, the University of Nevada. My degree is in pre-med public health. Reno. It's just the University of Nevada.
Hey, that's some sick ass shit.
That was UNR, right?
Nevada.
Just to accommodate UNLV because they were so pissy. But technically, it's the University of Nevada.
Gotcha.
That's our technical name. I just want to be real clear.
It's not University of Nevada, Reno?
See, that's
it's real University of Nevada.
So it's the University of Nevada.
Nevada. TM trademark.
University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
This nigga said.
You didn't know?
UNLV.
I'm pre-med public health with a minor in human development.
Nigga, we took the same route.
Yes. So
you feel me?
I did go to an HBCU.
Which one?
Jackson State University. I'm so sorry.
Shout out to you.
The
Shout out
Jackson
Beyonce.
State University. Yeah, no. And I will just say, I know we were talking about earlier, at least in the car, we were talking about like, you know, is college necessary? Like the whole college versus not going to college. Like, of course, college, you can still be successful without it. There's definitely way more routes to probably become rich than like the college route. But anyway, I just like advocate to kids to go to college because it's fun. Like, go away to college where you really don't have many responsibilities. It's not hard to keep a C/D average. I had good grades. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying go for the experience. Don't be grown too soon. So many people turn 18 and they want to start working and paying bills and like just worrying about life things when really when you're 18, you're still a kid. Mm-hmm. You are still a kid. I graduated college at 21. I was still like, even at 21, you were still young. Like, and people want to grow up too fast. And so I advocate for college, and especially HBCUs if you're black, for the experience, for the fun. Of course, get good grades, and, you know, even do something you can make something out of yourself if you want to, but you don't have to. A degree is not everything. But again, to me, college is more about the experience. And I know it's costly. That's a big, like reason people don't go. And I know loans are not fun, but I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Them loans gonna die with me.
Period. Because Sally Mae never get it back.
Okay.
Now, I'm a black woman. I'm a black woman who went to. I'm a black woman who went to a PWI.
Perfect.
I'm a black woman who went to a PWI, and I honestly felt like I could have waited for my degree. I said mine was in pre-med. And I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I don't really know if I want to go to medical school right now or physical therapy and get my doctorate or nursing school and get my doctorate in nursing like there. So I felt like for me, I could have waited before I went to school. And I vividly remember like calling my mama and my grandma after my first semester of college and telling them I wanted to come home. And they basically told me that wasn't an option for me. Like, you have to finish what you started. You at least need to get an associate's degree. Like, you can't just come home. And I wanted to go to hair school. I wanted to, like, get my business license and do shit like that. And they just weren't going for it. They was like, you need to get this piece of paper because it's going to set you up for life. And you have to do this because I didn't get to do this. Or my granny did, but my mom didn't. So my mom was very much like, I didn't get to do this. You have to do this. with me and my sister. So I was the baby. So I felt like I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And after a certain point, like at first I was in college because my mama wanted me to be there. But then I kind of realized, I'm like, oh, you can really like make something of yourself here. But I never really got I got a college experience. I kicked it my freshman and sophomore year, but by junior, senior year, I was buckled down. I was in my 400 level classes. I was focused on getting A's and outworking everybody who was in my class, and I maintained a 3.6 every year, getting it on the dean's list and stuff like that. So I wasn't concerned with the social life, and I felt like I missed out on that aspect of college, and like it kind of robbed me. Maybe because I was at a PWI and I was a black woman, and then I didn't do sports. So if you're a black woman and you're not doing sports, it's like what you do. Are you one of the 6 deltas on campus, or I was the vice president of a medical club on campus, the American Medical Student Association. But that's who I found my like community with, because I didn't have a social life on campus like Shati did, where it was like fun and turn up. I was always in my apartment studying, in the library studying, or in the gym, and that was like it.
That's great that you were studying, because I definitely was not when I was a freshman in college. So my experience is that I attended PWIs my entire life, so attending that in university was nothing new for me. I just have to say, I never heard PWI before as an acronym.
Really?
I never heard that before.
You're not on Twitter, are you?
I'm on Twitter, but not like that, I guess. So yeah, I never heard that before. But my freshman year of college, I had untreated ADHD, and so I was kind of all over the place. I had an incredible time doing a bunch of nothing. I did a lot of partying, but it was wholesome partying, because I was not drinking alcohol. I was waiting until I officially turned 21 for some reason.
I was black.
Don't ask me why. I don't know. But
You from Vegas?
huh?
You not from Vegas?
Not originally, no.
Okay.
I just been here a long time now. That was when I was at UNLV. That was when I had first moved to Vegas. Yeah. But then I nearly flunked out of college, because I could not wake up in the mornings. I could not handle the course load. I can't handle too many different things to focus on at once. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna flunk out if I don't do something about this. But I disliked the experience of school so much, because I disliked learning in a way that others wanted me to learn instead of learning in the way that came naturally to me. So my main thing was I just want to get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. And so that's when I switched my degree, I switched the program, I switched university, tested out of whatever I could feasibly test out of, took these intensive courses one at a time, and then I graduated summa. So it was like, okay, I have what it takes to graduate, at a high level, to have a high GPA, but only if I do it in the way that works for my brain. So, but in that, I did not have anything like what you would have experienced at an HBCU. And one of my closest friends attended Spelman, and she and I have talked about it. She's talked about how it fosters a sense of pride in your identity and your community, your culture, how it gives you a strong, solid foundation before you go out into the world. And that's something that I wish that more of our people could have.
I wish I could have went to school down south.
I know. I feel like a lot of people down south, they already know about these HBCUs and all that. A lot of people on the West Coast and other places, they don't even learn what HBCU is until probably
It's
they're
time to
down there
apply for
graduating.
college.
Yeah, so they don't really get to look into these things, look into these schools. So that's why I'm definitely a proponent for telling these kids about HBCUs and things like that. Because if you are gonna go away for college, Tia, I think it's different with you. If you have a plan and things you want to do that don't involve college, don't go just to rack up some loans and have fun. Of course, go
wherever
after
is
your
the
plan.
cheapest.
But honestly, at age 17, 18, not many people have a plan. And then military usually is some people's I don't have a plan, so let me go to the military.
That's the best way to not get no loans.
That's how it happens a lot of times.
Listen,
I'm not dissing the military.
My thing is
Let's
I'm not
just be
dissing. I'm not
realistic.
dissing school.
That's how a lot of people end up at the military.
I'm not dissing school or anything like that. But at the end of the day, yeah, you went to go have fun, but you racked up all these loans and shit.
Yeah.
I went to the military and had fun, and got paid.
And I like that.
No. For the
Me
most
too.
part, listen. For the most part, you get maybe there's maybe 4 to 6 months that it's bullshit, but then after
Speak for
that,
yourself, nigga.
Listen, you're in the Air
So are you
Force.
saying
It
the
doesn't
kids should
matter.
go to the military?
I would advise my children to do it.
I'm advising listen, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have if you don't have that want to go to college,
Okay.
I understand
If you don't
that.
have a want to go to college, don't go.
If you have, listen, if you don't understand what you want to do in life or what you want to do with life, let the military pay your bills for a couple years. Let them basically just pacify you until you can figure it out. You know what I mean?
Because like you said, you're only 18 years old when you go in. You don't know what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Can
it's
I
like,
ask y'all something?
that's a lot asking an 18-year-old what they want to do for the rest of their life. That's a
I
huge
know.
commitment.
And
It seems to be a
college-
really quality path for a lot of
And-
people.
and college,
like it was
you
for
don't
you.
have
I
to
know other people who've done
do
it.
that.
I mean, like you said, for you, did you do it as well?
I'm in the
Oh,
military
you're still
right
in the
now.
military now, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a really quality path. Like you said, you didn't have loans. I mean, like, it can really...
Yeah, for sure.
It can really create a lot of opportunities for people. I mean, like, people can become officers. You get to travel the world.
Speaking
yeah,
on
shit.
that, I was 18 years old living in England. 18 years old.
That's
18.
Never even been on a plane before my whole life. My first time getting
I
on
don't
a plane
know
was
about
going
that
to
country
Texas.
ass shit,
So
but-
My second time was going to England.
outside of the traveling, y'all knowing everything that the United States military stands for, you with a clear conscience can
What does it stand for?
recommend
Wait.
your son for that.
I understand. Listen, my whole thing is, as a man, I'm not going into the military worried about what the fuck the military. Unless I'm out here on the front lines or some shit, I'm not worried about no shit like
So
that.
unless
But
you
you
getting your
told me
hands
y'all were
dirty, you
pressing
don't care.
buttons.
That's a fact. I'm out here to make money.
Wait, but you told me at your ship there, y'all would press buttons, or your friend, maybe not you, but
I was about to
know
say,
your
he
job.
did not do that.
I know his job.
You don't know
I
what
know
the
his
fuck
job
I
in the
did, nigga.
You
military.
scrambled eggs, nigga. You did not do
just,
that.
Hey, listen.
They had to
I understand. I understand.
Don't diminish his job, man.
We got paid the
Chefs,
same thing. I'm
niggas
not
had
diminishing.
to eat.
We got paid the same thing. I'm
Hey,
not diminishing.
There we go. Cooks in the Air
What'd you
Force.
do
That's
in
all
the
they did.
military?
Cooks in the
I fixed
Navy. They
Well,
don't just cook.
I would choose the cook over the plane.
I would
There you
choose
go.
the
If
planes
it was
personally.
the end of the world,
I will tell you
'Cause-
why. I will tell you why I choose
in
planes.
an apocalypse,
after.
I'm going with the cook. The plane fixer can actually no, I don't know. We might need to fly off.
She said the plane fixer can.
What the fuck? I'm getting up.
I know how to cook. You feel me?
You know what, Barry? I was
Come on,
trying to
man.
that bitch can take the chef.
Come on, man.
Understand.
Nigga can't even cook. You feel
I was
me?
trying to defend Barry in there.
You don't let him say
He
that.
spent 6 years of his life cooking. He still can't cook.
Oh, he can cook.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can.
He spent 6 years of his life cooking.
What are
He
you
still
gonna do
can't
with
cook.
food in a broken ass plane?
Come on, bro.
Listen. Him and
No, he
Tiana
can't, bro. That nigga can't
all the
cook.
time. I'm like their third child. They can cook.
That nigga can't fucking cook, dog.
Yes,
He upset.
hater.
Hey, he upset because he sent me a picture of dog food the other day.
You
So
a
it doesn't
stupid
matter.
ass nigga, boy. You a stupid ass nigga,
hey.
boy. You got me fucked up.
Trust and believe.
I want to see
We're
the
gonna
picture.
have.
I'll be the judge.
Yeah,
It was
let me
smothered pork
see.
chops and
No,
gravy.
let me
You know,
see.
I don't care.
explain it.
I don't care. I know how it
listen.
tasted.
Listen, hey, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't even want
I
to
don't give a fuck.
Hey,
Maybe cooking is overrated.
I don't give a fuck.
Thank you.
Everybody needs to eat.
Everybody needs to eat, but I ain't got time to cook. I'm sorry.
So everybody doesn't need to eat good then. That's what you're saying.
Hello.
Cooking is not a priority in my life. I have so much other and better
Get
things.
the fuck out of here. Whatever goes in my mouth better taste good.
No,
The
I
fuck?
She said I don't need
What
to
I eat
Y'all
does
can find
taste
out what
good,
to
but
eat.
I don't have
literally
time
will
to be
skip
cooking like
meals.
these
You said you
elaborate
don't need to
meals
eat.
every week.
I mean, I would literally
What is
skip
this, a
meals
spread?
before I waste time cooking.
I would eat it. I'd eat it.
It's
What the
smothered.
fuck is
Niggas
this?
ain't trying to. Nah. Cause what? No. What niggas ain't finna do is finna play me.
She said he got on here trying to play me.
She said, "What the
This nigga
fuck
got
is
on here
this?"
trying to play me, nigga.
Nigga.
Look, nigga.
I
Look.
get
Picture my nigga.
I
Hey,
will.
anything that I made look better than that, right?
It might look better. Do it taste better?
Oh, for fact.
What
me see
meat
a picture,
is
my
this?
Is it?
But I'm looking at it
smothered pork
like
chops
I
and
would
gravy.
eat it.
That's
I
a
don't see
pork
the
chop?
problem.
What
It's
meat is this
it's
with all this
gravy,
fat?
and it's rice.
It looks a
chop.
little like
And it
I
don't
like
got no
it.
fat on it.
I like fat on meats.
I'm
it looks like smothered spam.
That's a whole.
No,
These niggas going in. These niggas going crazy.
Look.
They're gonna be my judges. They're gonna be the judges
It
when
looks
we do
like
the cook
smothered
off.
That's
spam
fine.
a little. Have you ever seen
Hey,
spam?
these three right
I
here.
ain't
Let
never
them be the
seen
judges.
nobody smother spam, but that's some real poverty shit.
Nigga says spam.
Spam is very
But you
popular in
can't
Hawaii.
even. They just said they don't
I
cook.
do like spam.
spam.
I like
Obama,
spam.
Obama loves spam.
Yeah,
Spam is
I'm
very
finna-
common
it's
and very
not-
popular in Hawaii.
Smother it though. Why would you be that
It's
hard?
me. You can do whatever you want with it.
No,
It
why would you
was smothered
smother
pork
some
chops, gravy,
chicken
and
or some
cornbread.
real
What
meat?
y'all talking about?
You ain't never seen no black mama smother no salami or no bologna.
just
Don't
kidding.
smother that.
I will smother
Okay, I'm sorry.
anything that is meat.
Wait, I'm sorry. Okay,
That's
I
not
told her
me.
it was spam because it looked a little Spanish. It wasn't spam. I do like spam, so that was probably really good. It looks good.
That's
It
crazy.
looked delicious to me.
No,
I
no,
had
niggas
no
just
problem
went
with
in
it.
on me. That's crazy.
I mean, you came at Vari.
Did it look better than my pork chops? Though?
Let me see
Be
your pork
honest.
chops.
Them pork
I
chops.
like
Is it- is it about how it look or is it about how
Let
it
me see,
tastes?
Shati.
She definitely took a picture of it, and so
I
did
didn't take a
Dame. Dame
picture
took a
of it.
picture of it, and so did
I
Shati.
didn't take a picture.
You smothered them?
I don't take a
No,
picture of
I
food. That's a
please don't.
50-year-old white woman.
That's cool. That's cool.
So
you don't gotta
you
take, how
fried
did it
them and
taste?
put what on it?
I didn't
I
take a
didn't
picture.
fry them.
You
so what
sauteed them.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
and
we
then
are
I
off
broiled
pork
them.
chops.
So this is what I did with my
You
pork chops.
broiled pork chops. They was tough as fuck, huh?
They weren't.
That's just-
They was really good.
Shati, let her know.
They was giving chicken texture.
Chicken
feel
breast.
me? It's like-
You know niggas say
Vibes.
anything
Juicy.
tastes like chicken, right?
It didn't
Juicy.
taste like chicken.
Damn, that's crazy.
A nigga will say anything tastes like
Why,
chicken.
why
Nah,
don't
my
we
feelings
why don't
hurt.
we
That hurt.
have a cooking
looks
battle?
good.
Nah.
Y'all
We
y'all
could.
make the dishes. Y'all bring them here.
Nah, that shit hurt, nigga.
Yes.
Nigga said spam. I'm
Yes.
finna cry.
Let's have an official cooking battle. Bring those dishes here. Prove to us what y'all can do. We will be the judges.
No.
I will
I
eat.
don't eat pork.
Right now.
I will eat literally anything
No,
that
right
you
now. What is your favorite dish? Me and him can both make it.
baked mac and cheese.
I'll make it better. You said what?
Baked mac and cheese.
I like
You
enchiladas.
lost, nigga. You
I like
lost. On my mama, you
Spanish
lost.
rice
What
and
you
black
talking about,
beans.
boy?
No,
Goofy
listen.
ass
Spanish
nigga.
fries.
Hey, I'm
You
finna
must
get mad.
listen. No,
I'm
because
finna
you
get mad,
really
bro.
think just
My
because you from the
Fine.
Nah,
my
dead
nigga,
ass.
my
Fried
nigga.
Nah, I'm
cabbage,
finna get
greens,
mad.
and
You
macaroni.
don't do it just because you are from North Carolina does not mean
Nigga,
that
you
you
gonna put
cook.
chorizo on that fucking mac and cheese, boy. Stop
Wait,
playing
wait,
with me.
wait,
Goof
wait.
ass nigga.
Wait. You make macaroni, cheese, and greens?
Can I? Yes.
You gonna make fried chicken or fried fish with it?
I mean, it's, what do you want?
Make both and bring them
I said,
both here.
What do you want?
Make both.
What do we
And
want?
fried shrimp.
She said macaroni and cheese.
Well,
My
like,
bad.
well, like, she talking about some shrimp now.
Best fried chicken.
She about to start going to crab legs next.
Hey, I ain't making
Relax.
no crab legs, bro. That shit,
I know.
niggas
Relax.
going
No,
crazy.
I just want the $10.99 shrimp per pound.
I'd rather see who make the best
These
chicken.
niggas sick.
I can be affordable.
These
I know how
niggas
to ball
sick.
on the budget.
Listen, if you need, I will Venmo you for the meal.
Nah,
Just
nah,
bring
we
it.
not doing that.
I got you.
I want to see you make the best fried chicken though. Like we could do.
Me.
We could do it's
Fried
breakfast
chicken,
stream.
greens,
Why
and
don't we do,
macaroni.
like some soul food. Why don't we do some soul food?
What I do is I bake. Like I prefer.
I know y'all
I
can't
kind
make
of
no
have
greens.
an
You
addiction
said who can't make man,
to
stop.
sugar
Man.
and
How you make your greens?
Come on, bro. I actually know how to cook. This
Walk
nigga,
me through
this
your
nigga had to
greens.
work for 6 years to learn how to cook, bro. I've been
Walk
doing this
me
shit
through
my
your
whole life.
greens.
We ain't
No,
finna-
I
I know by the
How you been doing it your whole
I'm finna
life?
get mad.
How
I
you
know by
real
the
good?
third step,
My
I'm
nigga-
gonna count your fucking greens out.
I'm finna
Because
get
I know
mad,
they don't
bro.
taste like my greens.
Does that make it? Shut up, nigga.
Nigga, I'm finna get mad for real, bro.
Shut
You
up,
got me
nigga.
fucked
That
up.
don't even make no damn sense.
You cooked for 6 years, bro.
I've cooked my whole.
No, I'm not mad. I'm
You
mad at this
cooked in
nigga
the
because he think
Navy?
he can make.
Oh, you was chefing it up for them white boys?
And the black boys.
Coon.
And the black girls. And the white girls. And everybody in between.
Nah, fuck that. I'm getting my shit off.
Listen. All I know is.
Yeah, I'm hurt.
Listen,
Yeah, you feel
listen.
me?
I listen.
I'm gonna show y'all niggas, bro. These niggas got me fucked up.
I sent the pack
I
of.
want to taste it.
Okay.
Listen, damn. Let me speak some words. I sent the pack. I sent the pack of pork chops to Quixk. I sent the pack of pork chops to Quixk. Quixk looked at the pork chops and said, "I can't even do this."
What the fuck that? Show him the proof. Show him I said that.
Pull your facts, Vari.
You know I got receipts.
Show him I would like to see these. Because I promise
You know I
you,
got
don't nobody
receipts.
want no fucking. He said this
He-
is gonna taste like a fucking piece of chicken. I said,
Have y'all ever had a turkey chop?
A
I
what?
want a turkey chop.
It's like a pork chop, but it's from a turkey. Oh
It's
my
good.
fucking goodness. Fire as fuck.
See, I make peach cobbler. I make
Look.
chest pie.
I asked the man.
too.
I'll make anything.
I asked the man when he ready. He ain't tell me nothing.
Oh, Vari got the receipts.
I feel like I have
When you ready?
I messed it up.
pressing
I'm sorry.
matters to do than stand in the
You do too
kitchen.
much.
I'm sorry. I just pressed one thing and went all the way down.
Although I like to eat, I don't need to eat. I have more pressing
Whenever you're
matters
ready,
than
stop
standing
the
in the
sun.
kitchen.
You're
not
not
ready
ready
yet.
Hey, man, don't run.
And when I have a family,
Didn't say nothing.
ran from it
Then
quick.
I'll stand up.
Ran.
Okay, we're gonna pause this because we are completely off topic,
Yep.
and so let's move to something like more lighthearted.
All right.
Like let's
Nothing on
laugh.
that board is like other than.
Yes, Don. Let's laugh up in here.
All right, kissing during sex.
Kissing during.
Who has not been kissed? Who has not been
weird-ass
kissed?
niggas.
No, who has not been
Quick,
kissed
come back
during
to the
sex?
mic. Did Quick leave?
Yeah, quick
Let's
left.
start
Somebody
it
else get on the
there.
mic.
You pissed Quick off? He really
No,
left?
no. I don't know why he left.
Where his greens at?
Golly.
Stay on topic. So,
I didn't mean to hurt Quick's
has
feelings
anybody
about the spam.
not been? Is that like a thing? Because apparently men don't kiss during
No.
sex. So,
I mean,
No.
it's a thing with prostitution. It's a thing if there's
That's
a
what I
transaction.
said. I was like, are they
a
fucking
transaction,
prostitutes?
sure, but
Kind of
you-
like giving head with a condom on.
Quick really
yeah,
left?
exactly, yeah. It's on the same level. I
I
mean,
was
like,
damn, y'all hurt.
but even if it's not like a relationship or anything like that, even if there's no real intimacy involved, I mean, people just hooking up because they met in a club, they'll still kiss.
Right.
I mean, they'll still make out
because
before they get
typically
to the
when
sex.
people want to
That's-
have sex, that means they're attracted. And so if
Right.
you're not attracted enough to a person to kiss them, what are you doing? Cable guy
How-
needs to be on the
Why
mic
would you
right
put
now.
your?
how in the fuck? No, just cable got to go over there.
Yeah.
How in the fuck do you get to the point where you are inside of a
Quick
person
needs to be
without
on
putting your
Without
mouth
kissing them.
on
That's
them?
what I want to know.
So
That's-
Cable,
What
without
y'all be
me.
doing?
So hold on,
Because
everybody,
if
hold
I'm-
on.
no, wait.
Cable was the only one.
I wanna, wait. Let me explain my point real quick because we had two people that said that they was not kissing during sex or they have not done that, and that was Cable and Kaylin.
Yeah,
No.
sit down. And Quick said it too.
Oh, and Quick said it too. Okay, but let me explain my point. Let me explain my point. So,
Oh my bad, bro.
from getting to sex, there has to be some initiating point.
Yes.
There has to be some. If I'm looking at you, damn, I would like to. You know what I'm saying?
You
Engage in
you
these.
mean like what made you want to have sex with
Exactly.
that person?
So it's like, damn, if I'm already, you know what I'm saying? We gonna kiss.
Right, like sex
There
doesn't
is-
immediately happen.
Exactly.
upon meeting a
It's
person.
something
Hello, nice
else.
to meet you. We
But
are
they're
now
saying it
naked.
does
Yes.
happen.
There's a
It's
progression.
actually
Where?
happened before.
There's a progression.
Where?
So you just
that
meet
takes
somebody
place.
and be like, stick my dick in you. Like,
I'm gonna tell this story. No, I didn't.
Tell the story, tell the
When I was
story.
in England, on
Prostitute.
my nieces,
Not you paying for pussy.
When I was in
You
England,
heard England. Prostitute.
never.
She was on the blade.
you supposed to get your shit off of you. They feel like you
I'm not
today, man. They really coming at you.
I'm not worried about that.
Hey, it's a rap.
One time when I was in England, I was in the club one time. Shorty came in. This is gonna sound crazy as hell.
a prostitute.
I didn't pay for nothing. I didn't pay for nothing.
I know the homies
She
do.
licked the
homies
side
do.
of my neck. I took her in the bathroom and
Yeah.
didn't kiss her one time. I'm not kissing no random bitch in the club.
That's your fucking random bitch.
But she
I had one of them.
Did you have a
Feelings
condom?
on.
Did you have a condom?
Yeah.
So you came prepared with a condom.
Wait. Can I ask the question? So you felt comfortable sticking your penis?
I had a condom on.
Who got a condom on him right now?
Okay.
Nigga,
Let me
I'm
see
a
it. Let me
married
see it.
man. Why would I
Okay,
have one?
condom
Let me see the
on.
condom
A
right now.
condom-
These niggas ain't got no, because this
Nigga,
goes
I'm
to my
married.
point.
Why would I have one?
I'm not
says you're
saying
lying.
that.
He's
I'm
saying
just
that
saying
you're
even
Finish.
even these single niggas ain't got no fucking condom.
That's them, not me.
This nigga,
This might already be pissing me off, y'all. Listen,
Oh, you see that?
I just wanted to know a condom that is probably less than
It look used.
that is probably less than a centimeter thick made you feel more protected because you
'Cause you
didn't
didn't
put your
kiss it?
lips
In my
on a
defense,
woman.
I was drunk. So, like, when
Honestly,
you're drunk, you don't make the best decisions.
Now that
So,
you
like,
told the story, I understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now that you told
but
the
you say
story,
it can't
I-
happen. I'm telling you what happened. It
Yeah,
happened to me.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah,
that
it
happening.
happens all the
So
time.
has
but-
it happened another time outside of the club and it just being a random woman?
How
Where
about
you
in the
did
United
kiss
States?
if it's a
during
woman
sex?
that I had sex with more than once, I've kissed her every time. But if I have sex with a woman one time,
So it's your one night
never-
stand.
But okay, now I understood the
I'm not
one
saying
story.
every time. I'm not saying
But you're
every
saying
time.
there's
One at a
been
time.
one night stands where you didn't kiss
There,
them.
there are one night stands where I didn't kiss, but there
And
are
they weren't
also
in the
one
club,
night stands
though.
where
They weren't in the middle of the club, like they were in a bed.
yeah. I
But
mean,
you guys didn't kiss.
no, I'm saying if
Y'all
I
was
took them
fucking in
home,
the bathroom.
yeah,
At the
Shorty
club,
was going
yeah.
crazy.
What I'm
And-
saying is, how
You
can
were
you
going
be
crazy.
at home?
she came up to me.
and you took her to the bathroom.
So
I mean, I don't judge.
Disgusted.
I'm just wondering.
I
for
don't don't
people
judge
that were
that.
at home, that seems like even more odd to have somebody at your house and be having sex like either in a bed or in the house, but not kiss.
That
Yeah.
now
I mean-
that I
Where's the
agree with.
foreplay?
Yeah.
There was no
That-
foreplay.
Well,
that is
I
a bit
didn't
more
have.
strange.
I lived on base. You know what I'm saying? This
So
when
no
I was in the
foreplay,
military.
all dry.
You said what?
No foreplay, all dry.
Just stick
I mean,
your
if I'm
dick
taking
in.
them home, yeah, I'm not saying that it's every one night
I'm
stand I
asking
never
about
kissed.
the one night stands where you didn't kiss. Y'all just got to sex with no
If it was a
foreplay.
one night stand, I was probably in the club or outside the club. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what we're
that we didn't
saying
make
is-
it home.
Oh, they
Can
were
you
never
tell
at
us more
home.
about
Never
how
came
you
to the crib.
initiate?
You know what I'm
Can
saying?
you
It's never that.
Oh, you fucking in and outside of the club.
Wait,
You've never done that?
You a raccoon.
You never done that?
No.
You never fucked somebody outside?
Oh my God! Let's go to the car.
You never had
Fuck
sex?
outside.
Where outside? Where?
Outside of a club? Hold on.
He said in the club.
on how you initiate sex without kissing.
She came up to me, licked the side of my
No,
neck
not
up to
that
my
story.
ear.
The
Not
other
that
times
story.
they were
Another
at your
time.
house.
Inside,
The one night
outside the
stands.
club, whatever.
Yeah, like you said, inside.
Usually this stuff happens overseas. I will say that.
Okay.
Prostitutes.
Nigga, I
It'll
don't have
never
to-
happen in the States, nigga.
It never happened. I didn't say in the States. All my stories are overseas.
Exactly.
There's nothing to be
But it will
ashamed
never
of.
happen in the States, nigga. Them hoes is hoes.
I didn't say that
Them is
happened in the
hoes.
States. I never said that. I
We
never
love
said it happened in the
sex
States. What are you
workers.
talking about?
If it happens in the States, I could understand it. You
I
doing
never
this
said
shit?
it happened in the States.
You just said it happened overseas.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So I'm saying
with were prostitutes.
all of them.
You think so?
Roger.
Overseas bitches just running up and licking your neck, nigga? The fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm not saying you're not a handsome man or nothing. I'm
don't
just
know
saying,
what it was.
nigga.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. Okay? Because just like they said, all over the world, black men are prostitutes.
I was just gonna say that.
But whether you believe it or not, every single race of women look at that same stereotype shit I was telling you. They look at black men like a piece of meat.
So you don't
The
think
women
part of
love
you?
black men. The men hate black men. All over the world. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100%.
So you don't think
Okay, so
part
they
of you
come up to
being
you-
the prize is
believe
your
that.
material accolades because we associate black men with being hustlers or trappers or having the
Them
money?
overseas women just
They're
want
overseas.
they dick.
I can't speak on
The
y'all.
overseas
You
I
you
can-
really think
just
that
think that black
you
men
don't think
got-
they
I
looking
can-
for
I
a
can tell you-
a
ball?
hustler.
I can
You
tell you.
don't think they don't think he
I
look
think
like
they
fucking
think black
Chico
men
Beans?
Tommy.
I can tell you that they don't care what they
Cause
cause
they think he's Chico Beans. They think he's gonna get them a chance from
They-
wilding
they
out.
might.
They
I
don't
think they just
know.
be thinking black
they
men
might.
have
But
big
what I
dicks.
can tell you, I can tell you a fact is they like my accent.
That's a fact.
I can tell you for a fact they like my. I can't tell you who they thought I looked
They
like,
think any-
but they like my accent.
Why they didn't like? No,
Why they ain't like what?
I was gonna say.
Why they ain't like
Makes
what?
sense.
I'm asking. Why they ain't like
Forrest
what?
Gump wasn't getting no pussy, and he was kind. He had
That's
an
a
He didn't
movie.
go
accent.
overseas. He
Yes,
didn't.
he did.
He went to Vietnam.
It wasn't getting nasty.
He wasn't a real
This nigga said Forrest Gump, bro. This nigga said Forrest.
He was over there. What the
He
fuck?
wasn't real.
In internment camps.
But-
Right, that part too.
He was a movie character.
Gump was hung up
Forrest
on
Gump
Jenny.
doesn't count. He's not real.
I didn't want to say it. Quick made me like I said.
This
nothing.
nigga said
Make you do
Forrest Gump.
You know
shit.
them high thoughts where you be like, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but
Quick
then,
don't even smoke.
but then people be
Stop
no,
blaming him.
I'm
Yeah,
right.
yeah. No, what
I'm
the
not
fuck I
blaming
don't.
Quick.
What the fuck
Quick
you
was
talking?
like, say it, say it. I didn't want to say it.
No, but we were talking about like basically
Nah.
to bring it
military.
back. To bring it back,
I'm in
we
the
were
military.
talking
Yeah,
about
I smoke.
HBCUs and our PWI experiences.
We're bringing it back there.
And
That's way far back.
I just wanted to highlight something that like at HBCUs, homecoming and like those seasons are very popular. Whereas that at PWIs, unless you're like a black athlete, those things aren't important to you. So I brought up in the car to her that I didn't experience that. What's the problem? What's the confusion? What's the confusion? I just wanted to make sure.
Hi.
But I just wanted to bring it up that I didn't have necessarily the same college
open the door?
experience as her, which is why I feel like I didn't need that college experience because I felt like we were kind of getting off topic and it wasn't going with what we started with.
Oh, we went
bring
to
it back.
kissing during sex.
Yeah, we
That's
kissing
what
during
Oh,
sex,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I just wanted to make sure. I'm sorry. I just wanted to reiterate that point because sometimes I have to interject. I'm just saying my voice is very soft. Sometimes I have to yell for attention. So if I have to bring it back, I apologize.
So I have a question about kissing during sex. So for those, for you guys for those who've had experiences.
You the phone, nigga. You on here on mic.
Who the fuck is you talking to?
This nigga.
That's his mask.
You ain't on the phone?
No, nigga.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm looking at the nigga like, is you on the phone? God
Yes, he got
damn.
his headphone in, and then he was like, I'm like, oh, all right.
He talking to me, nigga.
All right, then shut the hell up.
God damn.
Go ahead.
So I have questions. So talking about, you told us at least one story about having sex, no kissing.
I'm a married man now. I do not do these things anymore.
I'm not insinuating anything, but like your past experiences. So before you were married, when you were still single and having a good time, would you say that you would have go crazy? All right. Would you say you would have preferred to have kissing in the experience, or you liked it better without?
No, me personally, I am a kisser. I prefer that, but every situation don't call for that. You know what I'm saying? It's spur of the moment type shit.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's fine.
Every situation, if you're
everybody's
intimate with a person, it should call for it.
She's just saying if you put your penis inside. Oh, let me say something.
She's just saying if you put your penis inside of me, we kissing.
That's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Which means I wouldn't be having sex with nobody who I wouldn't kiss.
No,
yeah,
but
that's you though.
Right.
And I'm not saying the guys.
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't.
How everybody should.
I'm just saying.
No, they most definitely not like that. Like you got some women like
who don't like to kiss.
They are
really
aggressive and
maybe they just say that when people breastfeed. Like, oh, I don't want to kiss.
Yeah, there's some women who don't want to kiss you. Nigga, I don't know you. Let's have sex. They think the same way. I don't know you. Let's have sex.
Like that's
same
what
shit.
it is.
Shut
Like,
this kissing breath on her.
I'm like, how do we know those women just didn't say, oh, I don't like to kiss because maybe your breath just wasn't where it's supposed to be, or like, how do we know that?
I don't know no woman that don't like to kiss. I don't know no woman that doesn't like intimacy or doesn't like
there's a lot.
for me to believe.
I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who don't like intimacy.
Unless they get paid for sex.
There are a lot of people who don't like intimacy. There are a lot of people who are afraid of intimacy, who are uncomfortable with intimacy for a large variety of reasons. So I believe you when you say...
There are also women who try to protect themselves from that kind of thing because they feel like it is intimate. If I'm only going to have sex with you one time, I don't want to have these feelings attached to you.
Some women...
See, I can't relate.
I actually understand that. I understand that.
Don't want to get attached sometimes.
And maybe I don't relate to that because I don't do the one night stand thing. So I don't conceptualize that. I don't understand how you feel comfortable like laying down with somebody but not being intimate enough with them to kiss. It's just kind of weird to me. But I get it from y'all perspective. Y'all are only sleeping with this woman one time. You just want to get your dick wet and move on.
And probably never gonna see her again.
I don't know, man.
I still. Well, let's get. Well, actually, was there more with this?
No, we keep going.
Let's get into the last topic we have on our board. Is like biggest red flags we've ignored.
Black women being domesticated.
Wait. We got a pod tomorrow. We have a pod tomorrow.
I skipped out of the Black History Month because I wanted to get to like more things where we was laughing and stuff. Okay. Just for today. Because it's like heavy. I mean, I supposedly called
the beginning was very heavy.
I called MLK a little fraudulent, so I just wanted to move out of that.
So, the biggest red flags to ignoring romantic or platonic relationships.
I want to hear people's stories of red flags that they've actively ignored. Like they registered it, they noticed it, and they were like, you know what?
About a friendship. Can I start with my story?
Yes,
this is about a friendship. I had a particular friend who was very invested in sleeping with other people's men. Whether that was her cousin's men, her friend's men, or anybody's men, it didn't really matter as long as she was getting her pussy wet. And ultimately, it got to a point where she didn't care if it was a man or a woman giving it to her. As long as you got some nut,
it was somebody's man or woman.
It's fine. And we had an instance where we were like 12 years old, and I told her somebody that I liked, and she went and messed with somebody. We were like 11 or 12, and she went and messed with him and was like, ha ha, I messed with him. And I was like, okay, I didn't think nothing of it. Then fast forward a couple years later, my sister was dating a particular guy, and then right after, she was dating him. So it's kind of like you have to pay attention to those patterns and those red flags because I saw those like before I even went to middle school and I let it dwell on for so many years. So that was like my personal red flag.
Unfortunately, if she was exhibiting those kind of behaviors in middle school, it was likely that she already was dealing with some
She
sort
was
of
raised
sexual
by a
trauma.
hoe, say it.
I mean, that wasn't actually what I
Her
was
mama
going
was
to say.
a
I
hoe.
was gonna. That's not actually what I was going to say. I was
She
going to
might
say
have
it
been-
sounds like she
yeah.
might have had some sort
Her
of
mama
sexual.
was a hoe, and
Okay.
multiple people
Are you
told us.
telling
I'll
me?
just
Why-
preface
but-
I mean,
by saying-
perhaps
You
she
go
had
back
some
to
sort
why
of
was her mama
sexual
old?
trauma,
Apple
like
dog.
that
She
we
didn't
don't.
have no sexual trauma. She
I
was
don't
a
think
hoe.
you were aware of that.
No, we were best friends
It
from when I
doesn't
told-
matter.
Listen,
No one would have known what I experienced in middle school.
while
The
that's
apple don't fall
factual,
far from the
I've
tree.
known this girl like the backside of my
Like,
hand since kindergarten. I know her in and out. We weren't raised like that. We don't do shit like that. Her mama was a hoe. Multiple people told us that. And it was ingrained in her. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but you have to be mindful of the psychological and generational curses that you inherit.
So it's
If you
true.
come
It's
from
true
a-
that if someone is, if a parent is modeling certain behavior for their child,
Your daughter is gonna
you are
exhibit that
causing
same
damage to your
behavior.
child, and they might exhibit that same
The apple
behavior. But
never
I also
falls
would
far
not
from
be
the tree.
surprised if there might have been other things involved, especially if
That's
you
why
say
I
that her
wanted to
mother was
say-
promiscuous. Who knows what type of men she was bringing
why I
around
wanted to
her,
say I know
which
her.
could contribute to any sort of sexual trauma. Even like witnessing
And
something
I'm not,
could be sexual trauma.
I'm not
So,
immune
you know.
to that. I understand sexual trauma and abuse because my mother went through that. I know this girl. She's never went through any sexual trauma. She's a hoe because she wants to be a hoe, and that's perfectly fine. Be a hoe. But I should have understood that at 10 and 11 years old, unfortunately.
I don't think you should have because you were 10 and 11.
Yeah, that's-
So I don't think that 10 or 11-year-olds
You
can
know
understand
what?
anything. And I don't think she, as a 10 or an 11-year-old, understood what she was doing either. Because
But
children,
But if you popping
children
pussy
are
by
children.
13,
Children are children. I think we should be
If you
careful.
But what does that
invited-
have to do?
We
what does
should
that have
not
to do?
slut
Listen.
shame children.
no, and I'm not slut shaming. I don't have a problem. I've been friends with promiscuous women. I don't have a problem with doing what you want to do. But when you go behind the back of your family members and your so-called friends, you're a grimy bitch. And that's just period, point
I think
blank.
there's some feelings here.
Absolutely. I
I mean,
said
like,
this was a
listen,
friend.
as an
And if you
adult,
did it to
as an adult, it's absolutely atrocious behavior. And I would say that I would
And
also
we
agree
were
with you if
adults
you
when
felt
this
like
took
that's toxic
place.
behavior that you don't want to be around, you don't want to have in your life. I absolutely agree with that because I would not want to be around such toxic behavior as well. I'm more concerned about what was going on with her in her household when she was 10, 11, 12, 13.
You know what it was?
That's
Let me tell
concerning to
you.
me. You think you told me?
No,
You
I
said her
didn't
mama
tell you.
was a
I didn't
hoe.
tell you everything though.
Oh, okay.
And multiple women, multiple mothers of our friends have told us the same thing, and we didn't want to believe it because it's like that's our friend. Like, no, she's not. She doesn't do stuff like that until she did stuff like that. And I've had the mother of friends who weren't even close to us say, "This is what her mother does. Beware of what her child might do." This is what y'all telling us as 13, 14 years old, as freshmen in college. I didn't know that bitches would go behind my back and sleep with my man or sleep with my sister man or anything like that. Like, I wasn't privy to that information. I was very naive. And I thought, like,
Did she
nobody
do that?
would
She did
ever
that
do
to you?
Yes, me and my sister and other friends. That's the problem. It's a pattern for
Did
you.
it happen to you first or your sister?
Did she do that to you as an
Me
adult or as a
first.
child?
And so you ignored the red flag when it happened
That's
to
why I
you.
said I ignored the red flag. Then it happened
It
to my
happened to her
sister. Then
as
it
a
happened
But
to
it
my
happened to
friends.
you as
You
a
was a
child.
child.
You were 10?
Yes.
11, 12.
What's your
going
trouble
to
with a
middle
man
school.
at 11?
Hello, that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
To
What are
take
you
care of her.
doing?
She's
What the
done
fuck
had a
are you
man
doing?
forever to take care of her.
And her mother preached to her that your father is the only
Javari,
one I've
shut
been
up.
with. I've never been intimate with another man. So she's kind of put this facade in her head that it's okay to present yourself as a pure woman, like you don't do these things, but behind closed doors, fuck everybody man.
That woman, I would say, definitely could you probably use some therapy. You know, like
That could
in the-
also be a form of
And
trauma.
I've had
Yes,
other.
I mean, yeah. There sounds
I've
like
had
it sounds
other-
like there's some trauma in her history.
It's no trauma. Besides
Well,
her
we
mama,
can't
there's
say
no.
what other people
Let me
do
say
or don't
this,
have trauma with.
Because this woman has
We don't
actually,
know.
listen, this woman has actually slept with her family members.
Oh,
Let me
that's
say-
kind
Well,
of
that could
crazy.
still
so that is trauma.
Yeah, that's
that is
that's
it.
trauma.
Can
That
I
is
just say
absolutely a
something because
sign
I'm
of
the only one
trauma.
who knows her? Besides her mother being promiscuous
gonna
and
be
lying to
very
them,
close.
she's never had any sexual
Okay,
trauma
I'm glad
or
you know.
abuse related to her, and I wouldn't know
I know
that.
what she's talking
I
about.
promise you, I would know. And I've had other promiscuous friends that do what they want to do. But maybe they just cheating on their boyfriends here and there, or we went to college and they just want to have fun. Like, but they not sleeping with my man. They not trying to connive and sleep with my sister, man. She just having fun and doing what she want to do and being a young, beautiful woman. And I'm not gonna fault that. Do what you want to do and do it safely. But you bitches who befriend people and sleep with a man, you're a hoe, and there's no other word for you. And you come from a line of hoes, so I'm not surprised.
So how do you
Is there any?
know that she came
Wait.
Came from a
Because
line of
My
hoes.
question is a good
Documented.
question. I think it's a good question. How do you feel about like the Kylie Jenner and Jordan thing? Because like I feel like most people in America are like the Kardashians need to apologize to Jordan Woods.
You know what?
But at the end of the day, she slept with her. I'm not slept. Sorry.
She
I'm
kissed.
sorry. She
My
I
sister
don't
is
think
a
she
real
slept-
bitch all day,
But
every
just to
day.
be-
And she never took it out on the woman. She took it out on her man. When she found out that whatever relationship we had with that young lady
But
was
you taking
sleeping
it
with...
out on
No.
it's different.
She, unless you know something different that I don't know, because I was younger at the time, she didn't take it out on the woman. The issue was with the nigga. It
Who
was
you
with
talking
the
about?
man.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Let me just tell you who I'm talking about.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Listen,
I'm saying like
Let's-
isn't instead of like
we've been focusing on this one red flag. Like we gotta. Look at. We had 2 hours damn near. Like, come on.
story.
you're right. You're
Oh,
right.
yeah, y'all talk about
I'll
y'all red
you tell me
flags.
after.
I have a relationship red flag story. I was once in a long-term relationship with a diagnosed sociopath. Does anyone have any questions for me?
How did you survive?
Did you know?
How did you survive? And not,
I mean,
Did
not,
you know?
not all sociopaths are murderers.
or abusers.
I
I
was
was
a
important
psychopath. He
to
was a
say.
sociopath.
Physical abusers.
Yeah. What is the
The difference between like a psychopath and a sociopath? Are you talking about sociopaths who are
like,
serial
is it
killers?
sociopath, but like, is it like a narcissist?
Well, sociopaths are all sociopaths are narcissists. Not all narcissists are sociopaths. I've had experience with both. But sociopaths, I mean, he was diagnosed, I believe, like in his late teens, early 20s. We were friends for a while before, we were friends for a couple years before we got into a relationship. And, you know, right away I noticed some things when I went to stay with him in a different state. And I just found those things interesting. You know, like there were things like he would have notes on the wall, like basically reminding him how to greet people in a way that people like to be greeted. You know, like make sure to smile at people, look at them in the eye, make sure to like repeat people's name back to them. You know, sort of things like
It
that.
also sounds like
Basic
it's giving a
body
little.
language.
Was he on the autism spectrum also?
Yo,
I understand why that would be the question because that is something that people on the spectrum might need to, you know, remind themselves to do. But no, because we had a discussion. We actually had a debate about the character Sherlock on the show Sherlock with
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch. And I was
like
saying
that
I thought Sherlock was on the spectrum. He was saying he thought
Which I
Sherlock
think
was
he is.
A sociopath.
sociopath. And he
'Cause it's
really
easy to
wanted
get the two
I think
Sherlock
he's
to be a
narcissist.
sociopath so that he could see himself represented. You know,
yeah.
representation.
Yeah.
I think Sherlock is a narcissist, but I also think he's on the spectrum.
I
like-
believed he was on the spectrum as well.
but I feel like you can be on the spectrum and still be a narcissist, and I feel like
Oh yeah,
Do you believe you
anyone
can
can
be
be a
on the spectrum and be a
narcissist.
sociopath?
Anyone can be
Probably.
a sociopath. Anyone can be a narcissist, whether you're on the
Yeah,
spectrum or not.
that's a
But
fucked up mind.
but being on the spectrum is very different than being a sociopath.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
two completely different things.
right.
Yeah. But as a sociopath, you don't have the capacity to feel empathy. So you can learn how to care about others but you don't necessarily feel that. You don't have the emotion attached to it. So that's why people are typically afraid of sociopaths because they're capable of doing a lot of things that a person wouldn't be capable of doing when you can feel, you know, how wrong something is. Yeah.
It's like a facade. They put on a really good image.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do wear a mask. And like, you know, as you mentioned, the spectrum, I want to be clear to make sure it's very different than autistic masking. Not the same.
Oh, yeah,
not in the
no.
same ballpark. But yeah, they definitely do that, and I've seen that happen. Now, my relationship was not abusive.
Right.
It was perfectly fine. It was perfectly reasonable. I was happy through a lot of it.
But he just let you know up
But
front.
a lot.
He let me know up front, but there were still red flags, things that I felt like, okay, I feel like my feelings are not necessarily being respected as much as I would like. That it seems to be all about you. You know, like it's the narcissism aspect of it that really really bothered me.
And then going with the facade thing, I feel like I read, maybe I watched, I don't know. But like a lot of them are like when you think about mutable signs like Virgos and things like that, but a lot of them like literally mute, like they, like you said, like with his notes, they imitate other people's emotions or feelings towards certain things, and then like they just imitate it to make themselves seem normal. So I feel like in a relationship, I'd always be like in the back of my mind, like, is he saying this because like he like has been watching and he knows that.
See, I didn't wonder about that because I knew who he was. And I was staying in his home for a period of time. He couldn't maintain any facade at home. That's why he told me, because he was like, "You're here. I can't keep it up. So you need to know." And it was fine. He was fine at home. Like, he was fine when he was, sort of on for people, and he was fine at home. I mean, the biggest difference was, like, he really didn't have the natural interest in being gregarious or whatever. And that's fine. My only issues with him were just, like, it really was all about prioritizing him, prioritizing his needs, prioritizing his comfort. And I was sort of like, at times felt like an afterthought. At other times I felt like, I don't know, I was an employee or something. I don't know. But like, that was the issue that I ran into. And I felt like I ignored some red flags, some signs of that earlier on, where I should have paid attention, to some love bombing, stuff like that. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I said on one podcast that I think all of these men, or almost all of them, are psychopaths or sexual sadists.
These men who?
Shotzi, any red flags for you?
Undiagnosed.
I just feel like my red flags are very just normal red flags about getting like cheated on and stuff like that. Like, for example, like, well, I quit my first boyfriend, like, he, like, would not answer my phone until, like, 2 o'clock sometimes, and then, like, he would be like, oh, I was at a church repast or stuff like that.
So you, like, cheated, like, more than once? Like, did you catch him cheating multiple times?
Well, I never caught him cheating. That was the thing. That was the red flag.
You better than me.
How many church repasses did this nigga go to before you was like, hold on, let me dig into
at
this?
the time, I didn't know what a repass was.
So she was just like, all right.
She's like, oh, church. Like, all right.
I'm like, what is a repass? And they're like, I felt like it has to do with somebody dying. I'm like, maybe they died late in the night.
Motherfuckers die.
Motherfucker die every week.
This was my first boyfriend, guys. Like, so that was like a big red flag. Like, I just have red flags like that. So
For a nigga to use church repass as a fucking
sick
excuse.
nigga, bro. That's a sick nigga. Hey, church repass? That's a sick nigga, dog.
My ex told me a lot of lies.
I was 18.
No, I feel it's not your fault. I'm just saying that nigga is sick.
I was going to say, my first boyfriend cheated on me a lot of times before I left.
Well, I mean, did you find out?
I
Did
didn't
he tell
know
you?
I always found out. That was the problem.
Now, why'd you
stayed.
stay after you found out?
That's
I don't, insecurities. I really thought that I was young at the time, so I thought that no other man was going to like want me for anything other than sex. I was like, no, he's the one that doesn't want me for that. I was fucking dumb. And I didn't realize that I wanted sex too. So it was like,
Such a
what the
dumbass.
fuck?
See,
Like,
for me, it
bitch,
was different
pop
because
that
those
pussy.
things never really apply. So these are the red flags when I was young. Now that I'm older, I'm like, a red flag is like, you don't need anything more than that. But I'm like, okay, just because he said he was at a repass, I don't have like evidence that he was cheating. So there's like other times too, like other things like, oh, he's texting so-and-so, like, and talking about we need to wrestle. And I'm like, well,
He said it to a dude or a woman? He said that to a girl?
18?
They was like, oh, we gonna fight. We gonna wrestle.
He said that to a woman?
It was like, we gonna fight. Yeah. Like, we gonna fight. We gonna wrestle. So I'm like, I'm looking at it as, oh, why you flirting with her? Like, I saw this flirting, but that's it. Like,
I was very much
those
Inspector
were the type of
Gadget.
red flags that I'm like.
Can I ask you,
receipts.
why would you do all of that?
I was 18 though.
Why put all your energy into that in this
That was
state?
my first boyfriend.
See,
I
now
didn't
my
know
second
any better.
boyfriend, I was
And
Inspector
I
Gadget. I was much smarter.
I wasn't
His
going
messages
to.
came to my
I will
No.
say.
Hey, how often do they use it?
I will
use that
say
church
that
repast
was the only relationship where I wasn't going to like my big sisters for advice. So I wasn't telling him like, oh, I caught this nigga cheating. I hacked into his fucking Facebook account, screenshotted the messages, and sent them to him.
He
And told him
just
an anonymous page.
Caught
sent
that
them to me.
nigga in 4K. That's
4
crazy.
fucking K. And I told him, I was like, no, a random page sent it to me. I had his fucking Facebook passwords. Like, he made
He
all
didn't
his
even know, huh?
Stupid.
You were working
I
hard.
had to do everything. I was working hard,
That's
girl.
not even working
That's
hard.
not- I mean, like,
I was working working very hard to stay,
I
to
feel
be
like
very
every-
much dumb.
Every relationship, I feel like you learn different things. Like, and then like it's always a lesson. So like I said, my first relationship, I was ignoring them like red flags that were clearly obvious. My second relationship, I was more like her. Like his iMessages would come to my iPad. That's how I found out his shit. But the minute I found out, I left. And then like going forward, I'm like, even that was bad. I shouldn't have to even get your messages on my, like, we should be in a relationship where I don't even feel the need to do that. So anyway, those were my red flags. I feel like
Y'all want to
it's
know
always a
how I
lesson.
ended it with the nigga who was a habitual cheater?
Hell no.
No, can I
Hey,
just
nigga,
tell the
damn.
short story?
He said, hell no.
Nothing against my beautiful big women. I went through this nigga phone while he wasn't looking one day after school.
You know what it is.
While we was on our way there, I pulled over to the car to Northtown. I took him to
Police ass
Northtown.
niggas, bro.
I don't give a fuck. Call my papa on the way. I'm about to flip out on this nigga. He's cheating on me again.
So you
Just
took,
leave.
So
You
you
did
took
everything
so
in
you
the
took
world
a black
other
man
than
to the
leave.
police.
Other than look at her.
Yeah, you ought to be. You ought
Really,
to be ashamed
nigga?
of
Really, nigga?
Black
This
History
is my
Month.
first relationship. Coming to fuck. I was 17. halfway,
a black man to the
halfway to
police.
Northtown, I pulled the car over on North 5th and Craig and started sucking off on this nigga.
Now, what if he would have hit you back?
I had already called my papa. So if I would have had some bruises, it
And
was
see,
going to
that's
be
why-
up and stuck for that motherfucker.
And then
It's a very
and
dangerous-
Got to the police
Yeah.
station
All
after
the
I whooped his ass. I broke
They
up
are.
with him and I was
They
Women are
crazy.
done.
not
Dumb.
crazy.
And I
So
called
I
my
don't
papa to
support
get
them.
me
domestic
after I beat
violence.
his ass.
All right, my bad.
I love that
My
crazy
bad.
time.
Tommy.
Domestic violence.
Tommy is fucking crazy.
I was 17.
Fuck out of here. She'll do that shit
Would
right
you do
now.
something like that now?
Niggas love it.
A nigga would hit my little ass back. I'm not
No,
that
no, I'm
crazy.
saying, would you drive him to the police station right now? If you
No,
found,
I wouldn't do that to no black man. I really wouldn't.
Not today. I'm
Not
proud of you.
knowing what I
I'm glad you grew up.
Not
No,
anymore.
I swear to God, knowing what I know now, I would never do that to no
Why
black
is-
man. I
Love.
beat his ass and took
Got
him to
the
the
good
police
camera
station.
on
Like,
him.
do something.
I knew something was off this whole episode.
No, it
That shit
wasn't
has not
the
been
whole
on me the whole
episode.
time.
It was
Why?
not the whole
Put it
episode. Just
back.
relax, relax.
Why does he get the good camera? This
We're-
is
it's the
new
end
good
of the
camera.
episode.
I didn't ask for
I knew
this.
something been off though.
All right, we out.
I knew something was off.
I don't indulge in
Something was
domestic
off.
violence
I
or
was
crazy
excited to have
tendencies
this camera on me.
anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Damn.
I
She didn't
wanna
want me to look good.
relax, everybody.
something was
Relax,
off.
everybody. Y'all out. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming through tonight. There's a lot of editing I'm gonna have to do.
This whole episode is scrap.
All right. All right. I guess.
I'm a woman
Thank
of
you for
God. I
coming
don't
through.
indulge in domestic violence.
You know, let the people know where they can find you at. They know where they can find you.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time. Once again, my name is Tippy Morgan. You can find me at www.tippymorgan.com. You can find me under Tippy Morgan on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all of the places, YouTube, and you can find me on Spotify, and that's TIPPY. Once again, thank you for having me. Had a lovely time.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you for coming. Shati, Artia, will we be back next Sunday?
Gang, gang.
All right, for sure. We out. You know what it is.